Yo, welcome back, everybody.
What's up?
How we doing? How you doing, Nick?
Oh, not too bad.
Not too bad.
Ready to get in some baseball talk.
Some baseball. As always, we're back. It's baseball talk. Me and Nick. If you guys like baseball content or any of our other videos, please subscribe. We've honestly been killing it with the YouTube subscriptions lately. It's been pretty dope.
The dopest dope.
Yeah, the dopest dope anyone's ever had. On top of that, we have a Rays partnership that we just got. Adam knows more of the details on that than I do. We have a code, though. If you like some of their products, you want to try it, go online, order, use our code Cantina Corner, 15% off when you cash out.
Solid deal.
Very solid. Basically takes off the tax and some. So it's well worth it. Order something, give it a shot, see if you like it. If not, I mean, you got 15% off.
Yeah.
So, but all right. With that said, let's get into it. What do you want to talk about first, Nick? You want to rip into Rob Manfred, or what do you want to talk about?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Let's give it to Manfred. You know how it goes. I think our last baseball one was almost like a Manfred hate hour. We just sat there and just, I mean, the dude's trash. The dude's trash.
Yeah. I got absolutely no problem ripping this man. He's out of touch with the game. He's in way over his head. He's out of touch with young fans that he says he's trying to make the game more appealing to, but he's just completely out of touch with them. Doesn't know how to use social media. Doesn't know how to market his players. I mean, he's just a fucking garbage ass commissioner.
Pretty much. Yeah. Castellanos having to serve his 2-game suspension for being passionate about the game and bringing a little bit of emotion, not doing anything, just sliding into home plate and yelling. Appeal the suspension, and they overturn it that he's going to serve it now, which I think is a seriously dumb move. Very dumb move.
Yeah, I held out hope that they were going to make the right decision, and because it took a week. I mean, I don't know what the fuck they were waiting for. And then on top of that, we had the Adam Eaton stuff. I mean, that took a week too. I mean, Adam Eaton gets suspended for a game. Of course, he's appealing. And he pushed a player. I mean, he actually made physical contact with a player. Castellanos didn't. It got 2 games. If you push a player, apparently you get 1. I don't fucking know. I don't get it.
Yeah, makes no sense.
No.
It doesn't make any sense. And honestly, in my opinion, too, I don't even think Eaton should have got suspended. Because, it was a little heated. He did get up and push the player. But I know they said during the broadcast, I was watching the game, that they said he went over and apologized to him and just, was kind of like, hey, my bad, how it goes. So I think the fact that he did that, too, I don't know. I just don't think he should have been suspended. And it really doesn't make sense that you give him 1 game, Castellanos gets 2 for just being passionate about the game.
Yeah,
you might, if you're gonna do that, start suspending people for bat flips. Start suspending pitchers for screaming after striking out players or getting out of a tough situation. I mean, why not?
I agree, because a pitcher striking out a guy with the bases loaded and screaming, that's the same thing Castellanos did when he scored. All he did was just scream with emotion. I don't see any difference in it whatsoever. And I think Adam Eaton only got suspended because if they didn't suspend him, they would have got even more flack for suspending Castellanos and upholding it. Yeah,
that's why I think too. It wasn't the full week like Castellanos was. It was because I think that game happened. It was a Saturday that happened this past Saturday. But I think that's why they came out with his right away too. When later in the day, after they released what was going on with Castellanos, to try and save face, if you will, with that, because of that exact reason.
They could have saved face by just making the right fucking decision.
Oh, I agree 100%, yeah.
That's just part of the ass backwards way that MLB's being run, and that's why they're losing money. Mm-hmm. Supposedly. Allegedly, they're losing money. A bunch of $300 million deals going out there. It's hard to say they're losing money.
It really is. It really is. But it really doesn't make sense. Manfred's actions aren't backing up what he's talking about with, trying to grow this game for the younger generation and all that. And I don't know, even as somebody I know, like I've said before, I'm not really a strict traditionalist, but when it comes to baseball, I am kind of like that get off my lawn type guy. But I love the emotion in the game, though. I always have. I love the bat flips. I love all that. Like, it makes it more exciting because I could see how baseball can be boring to some people, and they don't really want to, they don't want to tune in unless players are really getting fired up like that.
Yeah.
So it just really doesn't make sense.
Yeah, man. I mean, sports is nothing without passion. I mean, like imagine soccer without the celebrations after a goal. Just like,
Yeah.
yep, we scored.
Yep.
Terrible. Like the passion of a football player after a fucking huge third down conversion. Like, it's part of the game, man.
It's funny too because you see the NFL go the other way on it, and now starting to allow players to celebrate and all that.
Yeah.
And it's like, you know what? Yeah, that makes sense. Some of the celebrations are a little over the top and whatnot, but it's like, hey, you know what?
Right.
It's the NFL went the right way about it. They see those like this is what fans want. The players, it's really not a big deal. And sometimes it's for some of those players, it's the only time they'll score a touchdown or maybe hit a home run or something like that,
Right.
Like for bench players and stuff like that. So it's like, let them celebrate a little bit. Why not?
I totally agree. Even more to your point, the NFL just passed the rule where you can wear a single digit now if you're a skill position player, not just quarterbacks and kickers. So
I seen that today. Yeah,
that's kind of cool.
Kind of cool.
I mean, it's kind of a nothing thing, but I mean, some of those guys, it matters. You want to keep your number you've had.
Yep.
So I mean, honestly, why not?
Seriously, some of these rules, it's like, yeah, why not? What is it really hurting by having this rule in place? Like, what's the point?
I agree. It is what it is. MLB, I mean, if Manfred's still there, it's just gonna be garbage unless somebody gets into this guy's head. It doesn't seem like anybody though, because even the players give him shit, and he just doesn't listen. Like,
no, he doesn't.
Whatever.
And that's something too. I would think, as somebody who's claiming to want to grow the game for the younger generation and open it up to more people, you would think that'd be the first people he'd turn to is the players, because these players are all by this time now. We're in the generation of players that have kind of somewhat grown up on social media and stuff like that, so they kind of know. They understand that that area, and you really would think that's some people he would reach out to and like, hey, how can we grow this? What can we do here to get these younger people, fans of the game and keep them for life and stuff like that?
And that's what I mean. Like, I don't want the MLB to go the fucking NBA route. The NBA gave the player way too much power, and that's why their fucking product has gone so down the tubes. It's unbelievable how bad the NBA is right now. But I think MLB, they need a players committee that the commissioner has to at least take input from. I think that should be like a requirement meeting. And, people like Trevor Bauer, who understand social media, be a part of it. Trevor Bauer, Tim Anderson, like, get these guys who have built a platform on social media and get their, like, how are you guys doing this?
Yeah. It doesn't make sense to not do that.
Yeah.
Especially when you follow it up with these dumbass actions like he's been doing.
Yeah. It's unbelievable, man. But what else you want to get into? You want to keep ripping on Manfred, or you got some stuff for us?
Yeah, we can give Manfred a break for a little bit. I feel like we do that. And I mean, now it's warranted, but we do that quite often. So, but just some notable injuries. Mookie Betts, I was scared the other day because he's my first round pick in one of my leagues. He got hit on the forearm with the pitch. X-rays came back negative, so there's no structural damage. He did finish that game as well, which kind of was a good sign before he got X-rays. But so he'll be back. He's still day-to-day right now. There's not a firm timetable of him coming back. Yelich was placed on the IL this past Saturday with back soreness. So the earliest they could activate him is Saturday, but I haven't seen necessarily any updates if he's like what he's doing rehab-wise and all that, or how serious the back soreness was. And that was a guy, too, we talked about had a terrible year last year.
Yeah.
And this was the year that you would think like he'd bounce back and be, Christian Yelich. So we'll see how this kind of plays out when he returns. Hopefully he's still a stud because, I mean, I would like to see him be a stud. It's Yelich. He's a great dude to watch play ball. So
I love Yelich, and he's got a very nice mother. I've met his mom. So.
And then what we got, Bellinger, he's got that hairline fracture in his fibula. He I'd seen today the updated actually this was as of Monday. He started some light jogging and was taking swings. Even with that, I still think with a hairline fracture, I still would think he's a couple weeks away from actually returning to baseball activities though. Especially if you're just doing light jogging and swinging. Yeah, so we'll see. There's nothing, like I said, there's not really a firm timetable on him yet, but just with that, I think he's still a couple weeks out.
Okay.
And then one I seen today, Nelson Cruz. He's been a monster. This dude's a million years
He's
old.
fucking
And
42.
he's still a beast. But he got hit yesterday in the foot, but he played today's game and crushed 2 home runs for my fantasy team, which was really nice. I think he put up like 15 points for me today, which is solid. I'll take that. But so he did get hit in the foot, but he did leave the game late because it seemed like it was still bothering him. So that's something to just keep an eye on. We'll see. I'm sure they're probably going to do some X-rays and just kind of see what's going on with that. So,
okay, I got 2 to throw at you too.
all right,
just because they relate to my fantasy team. Ketel Marte, he's been out with an ankle or hamstring, like lower ankle hamstring injury. He's going to participate in live batting practice today.
okay.
So that should have happened today. That's good news. And then George Springer, man, I've been waiting for this guy to come back. He is supposedly running and doing all baseball activities at their training facility. That was as of Sunday.
Okay.
So he's eligible to return whenever. They said he's not quite 100%, but he's doing everything, which is huge. Because Blue Jays look good, nice. Man. And we haven't even seen him in the lineup yet.
No, that Blue Jays team is looking good.
Yeah, Vlad is looking like his dad right now. Vlad is hitting the fucking shit out of the ball.
Speaking of Martes, and I know we talked about and kind of joked about it, Starling Marte on the IL.
Yeah. That's not surprising.
Hamstring problems, though. Not hamstring problems. It is his ribs. I seen this yesterday. He went on, it was non-displaced fracture in his 12th rib. They're going to reevaluate him in 5 to 7 days and go from there. So that's the latest news on that, at least. But going back to the Blue Jays and went on Vlad, I'll tell you what, I was excited for him when I seen how much weight he dropped in the offseason because he was looking slim. And it was like, this dude definitely start cracking those like numbers like his daddy used to do. And I wouldn't mind seeing fucking Vlad Jr. be a beast like his dad. His dad was fun to watch play ball.
Fuck so. Yeah.
I seen he's got right now too. He's got the most balls hit of 110 miles per hour plus. Hardest hit balls. He's who's trailing him. Second most is Giancarlo Stanton, obviously, at 7.
All 7 balls that Juan Carlos has made contact with. Just kidding.
Yeah. But yeah, Vlad he's being a monster. He's batting 368 right now, 493 on base percentage, 1.125 OPS. He's just a monster.
That's what I was gonna say too. He's not just hitting bombs. He's fucking hitting the ball all over the park.
Yeah, he is.
Just like his daddy.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's exciting to see that because that is a dude. When it was one of the players coming up where it was like, I'm excited to see this dude's son just be a monster. Like,
100%. And then, dude, I mean, we got pretty good view of him at the home run derby, man, when it was here in Cleveland. Him and Jock, dude, just going off, dude. That was so fun to watch.
That was one of the best home run derbies I think I ever watched.
Yeah.
That was just, it was awesome.
Yeah. That was a lot of fun. Even though fucking Pete Alonso ended up winning that one. I think Jock and Vlad is what everybody remembers, man. I mean, they tied and then they had to go into a sudden death, dude. It was just awesome.
Yeah, and I mean, and that's kind of why Alonso ended up winning that too. You had those two tiring themselves out. Like when you have to swing in like that and just going into a tiebreaker too, like you're gonna get tired.
Oh, for sure. Plus, they were hitting 450 plus bombs, man. I mean, they weren't hitting little homers, dude. They were up the bleachers. Yeah, that was a hell of a lot of fun.
Derby. After this podcast, I'm not gonna lie, I think I'm gonna throw some of that up on YouTube and watch that again because I haven't watched it in a while, and that's just
I'm down.
So good.
I'm down.
It was so good. Sorry, dude. That home run derby. You know you love watching.
Oh fuck yeah, dude. I remember when Griffey hit the warehouse when they were in Baltimore in the home run derby.
Oh yeah.
You know, fucking the classic hat backwards. Then what was it, Josh Hamilton when he hit like 58 homers in a round or something back when they had the old school rules, dude. When he wasn't all fucking hyped up on drugs, he was crushing the ball.
Who knows? He might have been though. You never know.
Fair point. Ron Washington was his manager, so.
But I mean, yeah. What else we got in the AL East? We got Jay Bruce retiring.
Yeah, that's sentimental.
That's that season the Indians traded for him. Oh God, get the 22-game win streak too.
Yeah,
Oh,
and he
awesome.
hit the walk-off in the 22nd game too.
That he did. That was that was a great season.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
a good ball player. Retired. And he went back to the Yankees, tried to do something, and just kind of wasn't working out. So he just said, "Yeah, time to hang it up." I mean, 14-year career. So
Yeah,
solid.
Great career. How many homers did he finish with? Do you know, off the top of your head?
This year?
No, just in his career. Did he get to 500?
I don't know. I'll tell you what. I could probably look it up instantly right now.
I gotta imagine he was over 400. No.
Let's see.
Maybe not. Maybe I'm giving him too much credit.
If this will load here. Jay Bruce career home runs 319.
That's what I said. Maybe I'm giving him too much credit. It's not easy to hit bombs like that consistently, Matt. Here's an interesting thing. Here's what I want you to look up right now. How many career home runs does Trout have already? That would be interesting. You said what? Jay Bruce was in the league for 14 years? 319.
14 years. Huh. 307 for Mike Trout.
Yeah. How did I know, man?
The Trout's a monster.
How many years has he been in the league now?
Oh, God. What is this? Like since 2011. 11 years.
11 years.
This will be his 11th season, it's shown here, yeah.
Whew. Man, that's crazy. He's been in the league 11 years already.
Yeah, he's only 29.
Yeah. Dude, how many years has Bryce been in the league? Harper came in the league when he was fucking 18. Was he 18 or 19?
I think him and Trout debuted when they were about Trout debuted, he was 19, and I think Harper was 18 when he came in.
I think so too, because I think Strasburg was 19. It was like the two youngest phenoms.
Okay, they got 2012 was Harper's first season. He was age 19.
Okay.
I feel like he might have been 18 and then turned 19 though during that year. No, because it was October 16th. This is his birthday, so. But yeah, I mean, still, when you're debuting in the majors at age 19,
crazy, dude.
That's
crazy.
Still insane. He's only got 235 homers.
That doesn't surprise me.
But he's still a monster.
Yeah, man, to get those homers, man, you got to be consistently hitting bombs every year. Like Trout, I know always hovers around 40 a year.
Yeah.
That's why I figured he's got to be pretty close to Bruce's career numbers already.
Yeah. Trout's just, I mean, he's going to be.
He's going down as the greatest of all time, dude. There's not a doubt in my mind.
What was it? Griffey got screwed out of being unanimously elected to the Hall of Fame, right?
Which is absolute garbage. The guy should have his fucking thing pulled. Yeah,
that dude should. But because of that, I would say Trout should be the second player unanimously voted in, but he'll be probably the first because whoever that idiot was.
Well, there was already one. Mariano Rivera was unanimously voted in 2 years ago.
Was that last?
It was a year after Griffey.
Okay, that had to be in the last 2 seasons, and I forgot about Rivera, but I was never a huge Mariano fan. I know he was
It's well deserved. But I mean,
yeah, I'm not gonna say it's not. I just
they were breaking it down one day, and they said Mariano Rivera had more saves in the postseason than average closers get in a season, or so. It was some crazy fucking stat.
I could see that.
There was that
on those power Yankees teams.
Yeah, there was that, and then there was what was it? Mariano Rivera has more. Maybe this is what it was. Maybe I'm off here. No, yeah, this is what it was. The save thing in the postseason was he has more saves in the postseason than people who have landed on the moon.
No,
I think he's got like 12 postseason saves and like 11 people have been on the moon or some shit. Which is just stupid.
I mean, yeah. Does he was in the that was the when did he start? Was it the late 90s with the Yankees he started? Or no, it was like I don't remember exactly. I never cared for the Yankees much. I hate him. I just know he was a beast. But I mean, he was on the Yankees teams he was always on were good teams. They were always perennially in the playoffs. So it makes sense.
Yeah, man. How about the Yankees now, dude? All that money spending
Trash.
seems to be catching up to them. A lot of those guys they
Trash.
relied on to keep their lineup good, like the Urshela's and stuff, and the Hickses of the world, like they're not performing right now, and it's fucking depleting their lineup. Because Judge is fucking garbage. It's finally coming out. Like, Judge is so fucking overrated. It's not even funny. Yeah. That dude swings at so much garbage.
And he has the same problem Stanton has. They just don't stay healthy. Yeah. Those two guys. I mean, I've loved Stanton since he was in Miami, but I always knew the one knock on him is he could never stay healthy. Never. Yeah, Judge has the same issue.
Even as a DH, the guy can't stay healthy. It's crazy. Mm-hmm. It's fucking crazy. It honestly gives me a little bit more respect for David Ortiz. At least David Ortiz was overweight and could stay on the fucking field, dude. Giancarlo Stanton is fucking ripped and can't stay on the field.
Yeah, you got a point there. I don't like Ortiz either, but you got a point. I can't argue with that. Like,
it gives Ortiz some credence to the whole DH and the Hall of Fame thing, which is a whole separate argument that I think I've kind of come around on. But
I'm fine with it. My only issue then is Omar Vizquel should be in the Hall of Fame. I know he's not the greatest hitting shortstop, but he was one of the greatest defenders next to Ozzie Smith as a shortstop. So I think if you're going to do DH, that should give a little bit more to Omar Vizquel being in the Hall of Fame. I think that's fair.
I mean, I think Omar should be in the Hall of Fame as well. And I get the knock on him as he played fucking 20 years, but I think that should be a plus instead of a negative because he was so good defensively. Teams wanted him, you know?
Yep. Yeah, and he was still winning some Gold Gloves in his old age too. Yeah. Like, it really does for a player to be able to stay healthy that long. To play 20 seasons, that shouldn't be a knock on him at all.
I agree.
That shouldn't be. That's tough to do in this game.
You know what, though? It was for Kenny. I mean, I feel bad. Kenny Lofton is one of the greatest leadoff hitters of all time. You'll never be able to convince me otherwise. You did not want him on the base paths. He was a great bunter. It's like a skill that doesn't exist anymore. That dude could bunt like nobody's business. And he was a great defender. People don't realize it because Griffey played in the same time. But it was Lofton and Griffey who's going to win the Gold Glove in center. Every year they're going back and forth for it. Yeah. You know, it sucks. It's a shame because I think he's out of chances. He's got to wait till the senior or whatever stupid shit that is. Like, why the fuck do you only get so many chances? And then you wait 25 years and then we can vote you in as a senior. Like, what? Just fucking keep putting him on the ballot. So many players.
Yeah. I don't understand it either. But yeah, Lofton, he was a monster. He's just a beast.
Yeah.
Just a beast.
Got anything else for us? Anything you want to touch on?
Yeah. And what?
Anything you want to touch on?
Yeah, I mean, let's see. Well, since we were talking about like the Red Sox, their offense right now is on fire. I'll tell you what, it's insane. I'm pretty sure they're first in their division too right now, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, 12-6 at the moment, right behind or right in front of Tampa Bay, who Glasnow has a 40% strikeout rate right now.
Yeah, Glasnow's going to win the Cy Young.
Honestly,
I've already decided it.
Not that I've bet against him at all or didn't think he could, but with his slider that he developed this offseason, it's nasty. And a 40% strikeout rate, I don't think he's going to hold that through the rest of the season because it's a long season. Batters are going to kind of figure him out some, but I still I would put him as a heavy favorite for Cy Young right now.
You just got to stay healthy.
Yeah.
Because unfortunately, he was one of my sleepers last year in fantasy, and he was pitching just like this last year at the beginning of the year, and he fucking, I forget if he hurt his elbow or his arm or something, and he was out for the rest of the year. They can't afford that.
No. Let's see. We go to the AL Central. I know we already talked about Nelson Cruz, so we can talk about his teammate Byron Buxton.
Yeah, we can. That's my boy.
I'll tell you what.
That's my fucking boy.
I know we talked a little bit before the podcast. I was eating dinner earlier, and I was sitting here watching the end of the A's and the Twins game, and they go into the top of the 10th. The guy is on second. The batter's up, and I seen Buxton he's on deck, and I'm just like sitting there thinking, I'm like, he's gonna come up and crush a 2-run homer. Sure enough, fucking comes up and crushes a 2-run homer. I'm like, this dude stays healthy. He's gonna be exactly what the Twins drafted him. That he's proven it this season for sure. Just that health. It's just he's got to stay healthy. If he plays a full, even if he plays somewhere around 150 something games, they give him some rest here and there. Still, he keeps this up, he's going to be a monster. I would say MVP considerations if he keeps his pace.
I wasn't ready to go there at the beginning of the year when I told you this is going to be Buxton's year. Because I'm telling you, dude, I mean, we see the Twins a lot, so I just noticed there was something different about him. I don't know if it was like his batting stance or something. He was like wider, it looked more thick at the plate, and he had like a 500 slugging at the second half of last year. It was just like off the charts.
Yeah.
I think he figured it out. I don't know why it took so long, but he figured it out.
I'd have to agree. Even though the Twins are our rival in this division, I'd have to agree. The way he's looking right now, yeah. And that brings me to the Tribe, which I'm starting to think the way Kansas City's playing, the Tribe might finish in fucking fourth place in this division because the Tribe's offense,
it's garbage.
I'm sorry, it's abysmal. It's awful. We have Jake Bauers on this team. I don't understand why he's batting on this team. I don't get it. We have other options in the minors.
You do get it, though. You do get it. He's out of options. Can't send him down without a team just picking him up. They obviously just don't want to cut him, which is what needs to happen.
And yeah, because then that's basically signaling they lost that trade if they do. And I'm sure that does, play into it.
Yes and no. I mean, we got Santana back in that deal, too.
Right, but
it's tough because he was like supposed to be Santana's replacement. It's just not going to happen.
It's not. And that's why it is kind of like, I don't know, just get rid of him now. I get why they're keeping him. I just don't like it. And I really think the only thing the Tribe has right now is their pitching. And Plesac struggled his last two outings, so who even knows? I think he'll turn it around. He's still young. He's still not bad, but just him getting beat up the last two times out. I mean, it was against the White Sox also, in all fairness. Yeah. Their offense is clicking right now, and I expected to do that the rest of the season.
They're winning the World
Series. I'm really reevaluating and thinking the Tribe's going to finish fourth this year. They keep on this pace.
Yeah, I want to see what happens when it heats up. I mean, that's such a lame thing to say, but this team has trouble hitting anyway. It is.
And I get it. You don't want to call it yet because I totally get it. I want to sit back and I'm hoping the same that they're gonna pick it up or something. And maybe, who knows, get rid of Jake Bauers and some of these other fucking dead weights that we got and bring up some of these players in the minors.
We need to bring up Daniel Johnson and Bobby Bradley. I'm ready for Nolan Jones to come up too. I've seen enough. I just want to see Nolan Jones up here. I know he's been playing a little bit of outfield in the minors, so I'm ready for that to happen too.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, it's like J Ram and Jordan Luplow are our two best hitters. Like, I never thought I'd say Jordan Luplow was one of our best hitters, but here we are.
I know. I haven't really been a fan of Luplow since he's got here, but I really can't argue with the stats either.
Yeah. Firstly, he's like hitting leadoff. Whatever. Whatever.
Yeah. Yep.
Tito knows more about baseball than us, so.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Yeah.
He's forgotten more about baseball than I'll ever know.
Yeah,
so.
Exactly.
But then, I mean, yeah, and just the rest of the division, you got the White Sox rotation and leading the American League in ERA right now at 2.68, second in innings pitched, and also leading in WHIP. And then you have the Twins rotation, second right behind them. So it's just like this. If the Indians don't make any type of moves, we are going to finish just not good in this division. I really don't think they're even going to grab a wild card spot at this point, but it is super early. So
I didn't think they were going to grab one in the beginning, to start the season. But who knows? I also thought the Yankees would make the playoffs, and I don't think that's happening now.
I don't either, but I'm more happy about that than the Tribe suck.
100%. 100%.
We got, let's see, let's finish up the AL West. The only thing I really got for the AL West is Oakland on an 11-game win streak as of today with their 11th win. And Laureano coming out the gate stealing bags, dude.
Is he?
This guy, he's got 8 steals on the season so far. Dude, I forgot what the stat was. Oh, it was, I think it was really just with the A's that he's got the most since Ricky Henderson, basically, in 80-something. Which makes sense, though, too, because I don't know really who they've had that's a bag stealer like that since Henderson. But, yeah, Laureano, he's been he's been solid.
Nice. I know Matt Olson and Chapman have stepped it up because they're on my fantasy team. I know Olson had 2 homers today.
They did good today in that. When I was watching the end of that game, Chapman had he actually had it was a sac fly, but he had the sac fly when Colome blew the save the first time in the 9th inning. But yeah, they look like they're coming around too. So the A's might be a little bit better than I was giving them credit for.
Yeah, that's right. That's right, bitch. I called that.
Hey, I'll take my lumps. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I'll admit it. They're looking a lot better.
I won't.
I will say.
Just kidding.
I will say though too, it does help them that the Astros have a lot of their players, their offensive players, on with the COVID stuff right now, so they're not really playing. No, I agree. I'm just saying, it plays into the A's playing good right now.
Yeah,
so.
Sure.
I get it. I don't want to give the Astros anything either, but I'm just just trying to come with the facts here.
I know.
Let's see. Moving over to the National League. The only thing I really got in the East is DeGrom's. His K per 9 right now is at 15.75.
That guy, he's already won the Cy Young. Just give it to him again, dude.
Yeah. I think, what was his ERA too? Let me look it up because it was a ridiculous ERA. I mean, it's, again, still early this season, but it's still DeGrom. It's not.
Yeah.
That doesn't even matter.
It's funny. I got into a debate with a dude at work.
0.45.
0.45, Jesus.
Yeah.
I got into a debate with a guy at work. He thinks Shane Bieber's the best pitcher in baseball, and I keep telling him, like, it's Jacob DeGrom, bro. Like,
I love Bieber, but yeah, I can't.
I'm telling you, like, Bieber's here and DeGrom's like here, and I'm not afraid to make it that big of a gap. Like, I'm really not.
DeGrom makes you make it that big of a gap. The ceiling with this dude is insane.
I'm sorry. There's no star in the league who's putting 100 on the black, like, consistently, dude.
Just painting.
Oh.
Just painting out
Dude,
there.
he honestly, I can't believe I'm about to say this, but he's honestly has all the talent that Verlander had back in the day when Verlander was winning Cy Youngs and MVPs. But DeGrom has more control, I think. I think DeGrom can control his pitches more than Verlander ever could.
I would definitely agree with that for sure. Yeah, and we've seen Verlander pitch majority of his career, so
yeah,
I would have to say yeah, definitely. I can't disagree. But yeah, this was speaking of Bieber too. This was an interesting stat I found that I didn't know this either because last year, like I said, I kind of paid attention to baseball, but I did kind of drop out after a while just because I wasn't really feeling it with everything going on. Bieber set the record for K per 9 in a season last year at 14.2. Right now, DeGrom's at 15.75. Or sorry. Oh, yeah. He's at 15.75 currently, but also owns the second all-time spot with K per 9 at 13.76. So I don't know if he'll keep that 15.75 the rest of the season because it's a long season and last year was shortened. But he could give Bieber a run for his money on that all-time K per 9.
Yeah.
That's nasty.
Yeah, I mean, that's what sparked kind of the argument with this guy at work because Bieber set the record for the first pitcher in history since they started recording it. They have 10 strikeouts in the first 4 starts of a season.
Yeah, since what was it, Nolan Ryan, right?
No, he's the first one ever.
Oh, sorry, you said 10 in each of his 4 starts.
Yes.
I'm thinking the overall, I think was it the 40 or something that he reached was the first. That it was since Nolan Ryan the most in those starts.
Yes.
But yeah, the 10 per. Yeah, I got you. My bad.
So
sometimes these stats twist you up a little bit.
Oh yeah, I know. They're so weird. And I was like, dude, I mean, yeah, he's pitching great, but I would trade him for DeGrom in a fucking heartbeat. Like, honestly, dude, I love pitching so much. I would trade him and J-Ram just so I could watch Jacob DeGrom. Like,
I couldn't argue with that, dude. I couldn't argue with that.
Our offense is fucking garbage anyway.
Yeah.
I'd rather just sit back and watch DeGrom every 5 days.
I couldn't argue with that.
Which DeGrom I can anyways because I have the MLB extra innings. But he'd be wearing an Indians uniform.
Right.
So.
Yeah, well.
Hold on, dude. We can't not talk about my boy, dude.
Stroman?
Since we're talking about the Mets, dude. My boy's on fucking fire to start this season.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, come on. Got to give him credit.
Oh yeah, no, I don't I don't want you to think me omitting Stroman was a knock on him because Stroman is a monster right now. He's pitching lights out and he's
Yeah.
playing ball great. That behind the back snag
Yeah,
was
with 17
nasty.
bouncer throw, dude. He almost blew it, dude. He almost blew it. Yeah, he's pitching fucking out of this world, dude. I fucking love it. I think I'm getting a jersey shirt, dude. Might be my first non-Indian baseball jersey shirt. That's a lie. I definitely have a Paul Goldschmidt.
I was just gonna say, wait a minute. I thought you were gonna stop.
I haven't worn it in forever.
But, oh, dude, I wear my Greinke one all the time.
It's been a minute, dude. It's been a minute.
I wear that one. I was wearing my Rizzo one the other day when we were doing.
Oh yeah, I have a Javi too. Good call. I totally forgot about that too.
You gotta rock those, dude. They're at least good players where it's like, me as an Indians fan, if I were to see somebody else wearing a Cubs shirt, if it's not Rizzo or Baez, I would be a little pissed. I'd be like, come on, really?
Javi's a fucking beast, dude.
He is. Well, speaking of the NL Central, Arenado is, I think, putting to rest the whole Coors Field thing. I think he's just totally just telling everybody to go suck it because he's just being a monster. What has he got right now? He's slashing 291, 355, 64 through the first 14 games. It's tied on the Cards, tied for the lead with 4 home runs on the Cardinals right now.
Yeah,
nasty.
Dude. He's
nasty.
Yeah, I got right up there. I got his little figurine. It's a fucking beast.
Yeah. He's just telling everybody who said it was Coors Field, the Coors Field effect. He's just giving them the finger right now. The dude's a monster.
People who said that were just ignorant, dude.
I think so. I'm sorry, the dude.
We have splits in baseball for a reason. Like, they didn't lie.
What we got? Milwaukee in the Central is what they're first right now in the division, which I think, if I remember right, let me pull it up real quick. I had the Brewers placing third in the Central behind the Cardinals and Reds, which still could be a possibility. But right now, with their pitching, they could be giving the Cards a run for their money for first place in that division. Their pitching has been absolutely filthy.
Where did I have them at?
Huh?
I think I had them second.
Did you have them second?
I think that was one of the teams. I think we had Chicago and Milwaukee were flip-flopped, I think, on our rankings.
No, no, we had Cubs and Pirates at the bottom end of the barrel. I think it was the Reds Brewers that we had flipped.
Oh, that's what it was, the Reds Brewers, that's right.
And honestly, when you look at those 3 teams, I still think it kind of could be up for grabs for any of those 3.
Oh, this is the division I said nobody ever wants to win.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just the way it seems.
Yeah. Because, the Reds offense right now, too. They got the second most runs scored in the majors right now. Or, sorry, they actually lead the majors with 90 runs scored. They're second in OPS at 808, first in home runs with 24, and third in hits with 135.
Yeah, and I'll tell you,
right now,
Castiello hasn't even started pitching good.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
He hasn't.
So
I think he's had one solid outing. The one he got shelled in.
The next one he got shelled in too.
Kind of so-so. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it's been once he starts coming around, that team. Like I said, I still think it could be up for grabs between those 3. Oh, that's pretty much all for the Central I got because I mean, I don't care for the Pirates or Cubs, and then
Brian Hayes is hurt anyway, isn't he?
Yeah, and that was the only guy I was really excited. Okay, I shouldn't say that because I do like Brian Reynolds from the Pirates.
Yeah, you do.
He's never hit below 300 in his major league career, and he's back up above hitting 300 again. Last year was a fluke because it was half a season and all that, and he did hit way below that, but he's back to being a beast. So outside of Brian Reynolds and Brian Hayes, I don't care about the Pirates. That's really about it. And then, you go to the NL West. I think the Dodgers are just proving they're the best team in baseball right now.
Yeah, it's a fucking joke.
Their rotation is disgusting.
Yeah.
Their bullpen is absolutely disgusting. I didn't realize, too, that they got that Corey Knebel from the Brewers. Oh, my God. It's disgusting.
Yeah.
It's so just nasty. They got, the second best ERA in the majors at 2.79, and they've got 4 shutouts in 16 games this year already.
God.
Yeah.
Yeah, the lineup's disgusting,
they got so much depth that the Betts injury doesn't really hurt him too much. It's just going to be a plus when he comes back.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Belly's been out for 6-7 days already. Like, they haven't slowed down at all.
No.
Stupid.
Team's loaded. The team's loaded. They're literally proven right now, I think for sure, they're going to be the World Series favorite right now. I don't see how you would argue against that without just there's not a part of their team you look at that you could say that they're lacking in right now.
I agree. And Corey Seager, I mean, it just only helps when that Corey Seager is back and playing healthy ball. Like, helps my fantasy team out too. You know what I'm
saying? Definitely. And then you got the Padres, who are second in that division. They got the best staff ERA in the majors at 2.44.
That's because of Musgrove.
Between Snell, Darvish, and Musgrove, 2.28 ERA.
Musgrove's off to a hot ass start.
Yeah, and what was that? There was a trade for from the Pirates, right?
Yep.
Did they get him from the Pirates?
Yep.
Dumbass trade by the Pirates.
Well, I mean, I don't know what they got. We'll see what they got. The other one was definitely dumb because, I mean, they traded Glasnow and Meadows for fucking Chris Archer. They literally got nothing out of that deal. Musgrove one, they got like 2 prospects, I think. I'll give them the benefit of the doubt that maybe those prospects turn into something because I don't think Musgrove's is this good. I think Musgrove's going to fall off a little bit.
All right, yeah. I guess I shouldn't get too far ahead of myself.
Yeah. Let's not act like Musgrove's is winning Cy Young. I don't see it happening.
No, but as a number 3 on that rotation, though, that's still solid.
It's great. I mean, we talked about that before. He's a consistent pitcher. He's just pitching out of his fucking mind right now.
Yeah. And then Melanson looking like the old school Melanson.
Yeah, dude. What the fuck's that about?
I couldn't tell you if this guy's eating spinach or something. I don't get it. Yeah. He's back looking like old school Melanson.
He was pitching like that last year, too. It was like, what the fuck? This guy had like 5 great years. Then he had like 2 terrible fucking years. It was like, this guy's done.
Oh. Yeah.
And then he's just right back to being great again. I don't know. Gonna get popped for PEDs. I'm calling it. Yeah, something, dude.
I think that would hurt the Padres bullpen if that were the case.
Yeah.
But hopefully not, because that Padres team is nasty. I would like to see them give the Dodgers a run for their money there. I don't think they really will, because the Dodgers just seriously far and away are like the best team right now in baseball.
Yeah. It's not even close.
No. But that's really all about I got so far. When we what is this, about 3 weeks into baseball now?
Yeah.
Just about 3 weeks.
Just got an update that Pete Alonso just cleared Wrigley Field with an absolute bomb of a homer. But yeah, I think that's a good update. So we'll touch back next week, I guess. Trying to think if there's any big matchups coming up. I don't think so.
Not that I could think of off the top of my head. The biggest one I was excited for was yesterday's of Rodon and Plesac, and that didn't really go good.
The rematch of the almost perfect game.
Yeah.
Honestly, wish he wouldn't have hit Perez, dude. Would have been a little cooler.
It would have been.
But
it always seems like those games, like, I don't know how many perfect games we've seen like be flirted with in the past. I don't know however many seasons, and it's like it's always one of those last couple batters. They either hit them or somehow walk them or something where it just ruins it. Like,
remember the umpire fucking bailed us out of a perfect game, and it was like an infield hit. I forget who hit it. I think it was versus the White Sox too. It was a pitcher who never really mounted anything, but it was like seriously. I think there was 2 outs in the game, and they called the Indians player safe at first, and he was out by a fucking mile. It was before replay.
So yeah, this is going back some time.
Yeah. Man. Forget the pitcher's last name started with a G. I just don't remember what it was. Might have been Detroit. I can't remember. But anyways, that'll do it for us this week.
Oh well.
I'm just happy baseball's back, man.
Yeah.
On top of that, man, here in Cleveland, man, the NFL draft is getting ready, man. They're building a stage down there by the lake. It's fucking massive. It looks fucking awesome.
I forgot up until like 2 weeks ago or something, 3 weeks ago. I seen something on Twitter that it was in Cleveland. I was like, oh shit, I completely forgot that it was gonna be here.
Yeah, it looks fucking incredible. So I might go take some pictures and post it on the podcast page for you guys on Facebook or something. Because it looks incredible. But outside of that, I think me and Nick might do some football stuff here soon. Get ready for the draft or whatever. So
yeah, we could. I'm down doing like a recap of the draft for the fans and whatnot, so they can kind of see what's going on. I'll tell you what. Not that I cared much for the draft in the past with the Browns because it was just they're so shitty. I was like, I don't even want to hear this. But now I don't have to worry about the draft for good reasons.
Yeah.
It's so nice.
Yeah.
It's so nice.
Just take the best player available.
Yep.
Preferably a defensive player.
Oh, with the moves they've made too this offseason, oh my
Let's
god.
Go. But yeah, so we'll definitely talk about that in a video. But yeah, we'll be back next week. We'll be back Friday for the finale of Falcon and the Winter Soldier. It's gonna be fucking lit. I already know it. So
I'm excited for that.
Yeah, we'll see you guys in a few days, and we'll talk to you soon. Deuces.
Yep. Take it easy.